midnight, you guys are still here, so congratulations. Appreciate your perseverance and grit you're showing, and as ugly as it was, we found a way to win. So really, really frustrating in a lot of ways, but proud of our defense to just keep us in the game. 3 takeaways, defensive score, obviously difference in the game. Offense was really, really out of sync and really, really performed poorly, and but found a way to win. Proud of our guys, and even offensively find a way to get that final 2-point conversion there was a great call. But yeah, just not a lot to be too fired up about on that side of the football. But obviously, when you find a way, you got a bunch of players that believe and they just battle and they fight and they call and they scratch to find a way to win the game. So winning's hard, and just get a chance to learn from it and get ready for the next one. Questions?
Matt and Zach.
Coach, on Monday after this week, you mentioned you'd like to see your team come out and play with confidence for 60 minutes, come out with a certain mindset. It seemed like the same thing this week, except the kind of carried over maybe felt the entire game. Kind of where's the concern level? I mean, what can you kind of do 4 games in the season to kind of change this?
Yeah, so obviously maybe look at changing some things we're doing, our schedule, maybe change the personnel. You just find a way to make some changes to get a different result. Obviously, didn't prepare poorly this week, but at the same time, did have to remind them in an emotional way on Thursday about who this team is, and who they can be, and don't look at the record and other things and things of the past. And I knew just from watching film how hard they were going to play and how much talent they had at some key positions. And so, but thought got their attention from that, but obviously not to the extent we needed to. So obviously need to look at that and make some changes.
Zach and Todd.
I guess, Tom, to follow up on that, I mean, did you, for lack of something more artful, sense that maybe your locker room was struggling not to look past Akron a little bit? And just, I mean, what's the battle a coach fights in a situation like that where obviously it's easy to sort of say it, but to get a whole group of people to keep that focus?
It's huge. I mean, I think it's, I was looking for opportunities and did not like it all how we practiced. We actually restarted some things on Thursday. And from what you're just saying right there, I just sense the lack of really understanding who we were playing and their ability to beat you. And so, which is mind-blowing because we don't have anybody to think that at this point. So, but did sense it for sure. Didn't like what I was seeing. And, but at the same time, didn't effectively get their attention for sure, especially not in certain areas of the game. So, but yeah, to me, it's a matter of addressing it, and like I said, making whatever change we got. I feel like we got to make to get us after 4 games, getting us playing right out of the gate at a high level.
Todd on your right and Mike.
Tom, 3rd down and 4th down, 3 for 16 combined on both tonight. I know you need to watch the film, but what do you want to see unlocked in terms of trying to get that done? Because a lot of those were short yardage as well.
Yeah, up front, didn't block well at all. Probably our worst performance of the season on the offensive line as far as running the football. There's more than just them that affect it. There's tight ends and the quarterbacks and the reads and different things we do, but obviously not near good enough. You get on the goal line, you got to score touchdowns and not have to kick field goals, and obviously got stopped on the 1-2 before we chose to kick a field goal from inside the 1. But yeah, just starts up front. Got to block better. If we have to make changes up front personnel wise, and we'll do what we got to do to get that fixed. But that kind of starts, to me, that's where it begins, and then puts a lot of pressure on 3rd downs with, a young quarterback that had a tough night, just call it what it is. So, but at the same time, we got to do some things to help him as well. But definitely, got to go back and evaluate everything we're doing on offense.
Mike on your left and Bradley.
You mentioned David, settles down, with that last 2-point conversion, but what you see from him kind of missed some throws high, what do you get a sense of his sort of demeanor? I know you've talked a lot about his moxie, but where was he at in that second half as you guys were continuing to struggle?
Yeah, it was a tough night. He definitely wasn't his best, and we didn't do a good job protecting him. There was guys in his face all night long. The running backs did not do a good job blocking at all, as well as our offensive line. So both of those groups really added to that. Some of those issues caused maybe some high throws, but just we had some open receivers that we didn't hit. We had 3 critical drops. One would have been a touchdown early on. Just lack of focus. Call it what that's really what it is. So those 3 drops were hurt us, and then just not being able to execute. So just, growing pains without question, but, gotta look at it very thoroughly and figure out where we need to be and what we need to do to get those things fixed, because we got a really good team coming up here. Just,
Rabbit on your left and Mason.
Yeah, Coach, just one offensive touchdown through 4 quarters against a team that gave up 35 last week. So obvious question, is that play calling needs adjusting? Is it execution? Is it both? Is it many things? What do you see and kind of how would you grade the offensive production tonight through 4 quarters?
yeah, not good enough, not close, so below the standard, below what's acceptable, for sure. Need to go back and watch the film to be able to evaluate the execution piece and obviously I can see the things that I mentioned as far as the drops and not doing a good job and obviously just evaluate what we're calling. I think there's no question that some of those leading up to it, causes you to be a little bit, a little more careful in some of those situations, not to create a takeaway and put you in a worse situation, because the defense was playing well and doing a lot of good things. So, that's, even why we chose to kick field goal from the 1 yard line, just because, hey, it was a 7-point lead. We really wanted to have a double, 2-score lead, which is frustrating, but at the same time, played that one just to be able to get enough points, which proved to be a pretty critical decision, to give us a chance to go to overtime, So, just looking at it live, like you all saw, very frustrating, not good enough. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mason on your right and Zion.
Coach, you mentioned that you need to make some changes in that process. I would imagine it was extensive, but how deep is that process? What all goes into that process?
Well, you just go through, we'll go through and evaluate all the times when we broke down, you go through, why was it? Was it technique? Was it skill? From the talent of a person being able to make that, whatever it is we're asking to do, and just be able to make sure, is it the call? Is it what we're, position we're putting the guys in, So that to me is the evaluation. We had some things on defense too that we didn't execute at critical times, and hurt us. That long run at the end was inexcusable to me. So shouldn't have been to overtime. We should have, defensively did a lot of great things. You can't give up that long run. It was a wrong fit by one of our linebackers who, was one of our better players, and so it just cannot happen. But offensively, it is a thorough process. It'll start here in a few hours. It'll be a short night to be able to get back to work and figure out what we got to do, because obviously we're playing again here real soon.
Zion, to your left, last one.
Coach, quarterback Irons, 41 yards rushing. What did you think led to his success, whether it was a design run or him scrambling?
Yeah, I think, when they do a lot of things that put you in conflict with your eyes. So man is a better answer than playing zone. The negative of that is if your front doesn't contain him, then when he does break free, there's no eyes on him, So what's happened on that last run, I thought that was it kind of put us in the second overtime there when we had him on a situation to get to the quarterback. So I thought that was part of it. Didn't think we had good edges at times, defensively. He's a very dangerous guy without question. And so we just, once again, even though the defense was on the field way too much, which they were, that puts a lot of pressure on them, but at the same time, felt like we didn't do a great job containing a really dangerous quarterback who we knew going in was a really good athlete, could beat you with his legs. And so it's just that fine line between getting enough pressure on him and also having eyes on him so you can make sure when he does break free, you can get him on the ground. So we were successful at it a lot of the time, but not all the time, not enough.
All right, thanks, Tom.
All right, have a great night. LEO.